Hello students, welcome back to the Python series. In this video, let's discuss about the conditional statements. Conditional statement means if else statements. Before getting into it, we need to understand the different ways of execution of statements. That means program control flow. There is three methods: sequential, second selection, the third iteration. Three ways of executing statements. So first one we already know, that is sequential. Sequential method of execution means the statements are executed in a sequential order. That means one statement, after that another, like that. Okay. Then the second way is selection or decision. Second, selection or decision. That means based on a condition the decisions are made. That means based on a condition certain set of statements will be executed. It is multi-way branching also. Then third way is iteration or looping. That means certain set of statements are executed multiple times. That means again and again same set of statements will be executed based on a condition. So three ways of execution. Let's see the selection statements, selection or decision making statements. There are four forms of these statements. If statement, that is simple if else, that means it's a positive true part and also a false part. Then if else ladder, that means multiple conditions are checked and based on that we are doing the program. Then nested if means within one if another if is coming. So these are the decision making statements. Let's see one by one. Now let's start with this simple if. Simple if, look at the syntax. If expression, then certain statements are executed. See, which statements need to be executed is determined by this tab space. So this is the block. The block is determined by the indentation. So you have to shift whatever statements need to be written for this if true part need to be shifted to the right. So let's see how it can be executed. So it first check the condition. If the condition is true, then the true statements will be executed and again come back to the next statement after the if. Then if the condition is false, it is not doing anything, simply go back to going to the next statement after if. So based on this condition, we are executing the statement. If the condition is true, it executes, otherwise no. So look at this example, if x greater than 0, this is the condition. After that a full colon is a must thing, you have to put this full colon. Then there is only one statement coming under this if, so that is print x is positive. That is the statement that is shifted to the right. So based on the condition, you can put a bracket if you want here. Okay, so based on this condition, it is determined whether the statement need to be executed. Now let's see some example for this. First example, age equals int input age. So input always gives us string, so we are converting that to integer. So an age is entered from the user. Then if age greater than or equal to 5, this is the condition coming here. Then it prints in school. And look at the output. If we are inputting 6 as age, 6 is definitely greater than 5. So this gives you true. Then the output in school will be displayed. Now look at the second example. Q equals input y or n. So we are inputting the value as character, and based on that we are inputting y for that. Y equal to y, definitely it is true, so it is displaying s. Now let's see, n equals int input number. So we are inputting the number 45, and look at the condition here, it's something different from the previous one. Here we have used relational operators, but in the third case we are just using n only. N, just a number. So what is the true value and what is the false value? See, if it is 0, if the number is 0, it gives false. 0 represents false, and any non-zero value becomes true. Any non-zero value becomes true. Okay, so This is the condition. 0 is false, enter any non-zeros. Even it is a negative number, it gives you true. Okay, now let's see an example program for this simple if. To display whether a person is eligible for voting. Eligibility for voting is definitely the age must be greater than or equal to 18. So let's see the program. So let's see, enter this program. Age, we are taking a variable age. Okay, age, and let's input that age. Input bracket, let's give a message, enter the age. So that is converted to integer. Now after getting the age, we can check whether this age is greater than or equal to 18, and after that a full colon. If this is happening, it is automatically intended. So print, we need to write you are eligible for voting. Okay, you are eligible for voting. So we have entered you are eligible for voting. Let's run this program. Save the program and run the program. See, they asked for the age. Okay, I am entering 23. Okay, so you are getting the answer. So again I am running the same program and inputting 70. Okay, what is coming? Nothing is happening, right? So this is not the true way of saying giving an answer. So I am making a change. I want to show if the age is not greater than or equal to 18, I also need a message for that. Okay, for that, see, we are using if age less than or equal to 18, less than or equal to less than 18, then you need to say you are not eligible for voting. Let's give a message like that. So to say the false part, using simple if, we need to use another simple if. Okay, let's run the program and I am entering 17 to that. See, now the message is coming. So for using with the simple if you want to display, you need to give another if. This is the problem when we are using the symbol if. So the solution for that is if else, that we are explaining in the next video. So thank you.